Seven Trumpets Prepper. And guys, in this video today, we're going to be talking about beware the fog. I have been studying upon this situation. I've been watching people's conversations. I've been seeing the things people's been sharing on Facebook, videos and pictures and their own interactions and their sickness and etc. And I really believe that they have sprayed us and poisoned us during the 11th month on the pagan Roman calendar to present, okay, on this geostationary flat earth under a firmament dome. All right, shout out to my wife for getting me the shirt. The more and more time that is passing by, the more that I see just how wicked and satanic and how intent to kill us all these people are. I just want to go down a rundown list real quickly for everybody, and this is mega important to everybody. This is especially important in the era that we're living in to understand why all this is going on, okay? For those that have watched that video I just published recently about 72% of the world participated in something during the years of 2019 to 2023, and still the drip of people continuing to participate, it looks like. This has a lot to do with that as well, okay? On November 13th, I went backwards and tried to backlog and figure out where this kind of started off, is that the first drones were seen around November 13th around an Army facility in Morris County, New Jersey, okay? That was right before most people would celebrate Thanksgiving. A lot of people would have family get-togethers and such. And so, long and short of it, that gives credence for people to have gotten together in large groups, spread whatever this is, sickness that's been sprayed abroad, right? And then after that, people's had all sorts of flu, sinus infection. I have been sick since right at a few days before what people would celebrate for Thanksgiving. I've got sick right before that. Flu ensued. Then sinus infection went on for a while. Then I had that earache and everything. So for I literally, my throat still feels somewhat swollen. And this is weeks and weeks later. I've never been sick like that long in my entire life. Okay, just saying. And so this guy that run a spraying business explained in a video and showed people, said, let me show you what's up, without him actually saying what's up. And he took the 3 drones up on his control keypad, tablet or whatever, and showed how that he sprays pesticides, herbicides, things like that, I guess, for agricultural use, for farming. And of course, we've had spraying done on the farm and stuff in years past, long ago too. But I mean, this is on a whole nother level. This ain't like the big spraying rig driving across the land stuff. I mean, this is mass aerosol dispersion fast. So moving forward, it got me thinking, it's like, this is going to play out differently than I anticipated, but the end result is the same. And I said the first time through would be a hoax, if you know what I'm talking about. If you live between 2019 and 2023, really the end of 23 going into 24, you know what I'm talking about. Especially if you watch the last video, links in the video description below. And it occurred to me then and there, I was like, okay, yeah, we're locked in at this point, that the first time through we can go to bed at night and sleep perfect, knowing that it was fully a hoax the first get through, right? But knowing that, now that you have caused injury to people's bodies and you've caused people to have a weakened immune system, I want to make sure I word all this carefully today so we don't discuss one thing in particular, and I get in trouble for it on my content here, is knowing all these things, right? Then that leaves us with the knowledge base that the next time through, they're probably going to mean business. I'm not saying put a gas mask on and walk through the street. I'm also not saying not to put one on. I mean, I'm looking at one right across from me in the office right now in my prepping gear, and there's 3 more in the next room. Man, I don't care if like people make fun or anything like that, but they've got like those small respirators, and it probably wouldn't hurt me to wear one where I work at because there's so much dust and solid foam and debris and everything and particulate in there. It probably wouldn't hurt to wear one. I actually am curious to wear, I might just go to Home Depot and grab me one of those that's just a half face respirator for like spray and paint and a lot of that stuff, and wear it for a week or so and just see if my respiratory period feels better, because breathing all this contaminated air and everything for so long, who knows? That'd be an interesting test to see. But nevertheless, people have shared where that like they've washed their vehicle and there's this white residue that they had to like clean off later. I've seen it in snot. I've seen it in my own snot. Not trying to be disgusted. I mean, like it's just weird. Like I'm not even talking like infection. Like I mean, it's just like, what is this in my nose? People shown where that it's in their yard and fungus is growing on it. And I've wondered on this. I'm like, okay, so nanotech, whether it's nanotech, whether it's bioweapon, whatever it is, right? The end game of that, right, is to disperse this, obviously, and then once it's dispersed, then it's to get rid of people with weakened immune system, right? Because once you have people with a weakened immune system and also certain individuals that are compromised because they participated in something, the first thing that's going to go to work is the lungs are going to go in overdrive, and then you're going to have, the body trying to deal with infection, which is going to increase blood flow, which what's going to lead to from there, because the more that stuff goes through your veins, the more that, that's not going to end well. So, in conclusion to the matter, if I looked up, and I'll put the link in the video description below, the death rates and mortality in the U.S. is on an increase. And it looks like it will increase for a while, and then lo and behold, as time goes on, the rate will decrease because they probably be a limited population. So very intriguing on that too. I spent some time looking that up, and that's why I just, I see anymore. As soon as something happens, people will do a knee-jerk reaction and make a video to it or discuss it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong against that. It's good to make people aware of things. But when I discuss things, I want to always just paint a very clear picture of it, not just a broad brush. I want it to be like a Van Gogh, like a Rembrandt, like you look at it and it's a Da Vinci, it's a literal masterpiece or a work of art when you look at it. I want it to be very clear when people read and understand or listen. And there is an agenda at work, and I thought, I was like, okay, second time through, I'm like, I'd do the bubonic plague, or I'd do something like really heinous. And the longer I've stopped and thought about that and analyzed, I'm like, well, you really don't have to go to that level, because there's so many people now in die-off mode because of what they participated in, that you don't need something mad heinous, because you still want a work crew. You still want servants to the New World Order. So, you could do something that's respiratory. You could do something that's viral, not even so much respiratory, just viral, that weaken immune system. There's a lot of ways to attack this thing, so that healthy, normal people that weren't coerced into participating and refused to participate, you still have them, and then you'd get rid of the ones that you want to get rid of. But the thing is, and it's such a paradox to me, is the people that you'd have easy control over are the ones that you're killing off. And the ones that will not serve you, I'd say the majority of them have no interest in bending the knee or serving the New World Order, are the ones that's being left behind from all case and statistics that you can see right now 4 years later. So I'm just like, whose brilliant idea was that? Because you're to me, it's counterintuitive. It's counterproductive what's going on right now. But yet it's happening. I mean, it's happening. So I'm just going to tell you what, guys, the last thing I'll say to this, and I got so far in depth talking about it, I didn't even touch on it, is that there was this one morning that I went out around the time I got sick, And I went to walk down the hill to get in my little car and go to work. And it was a weird mist fog in the air, like something almost like out of a horror film, you know? And it was pitch black dark too, because I go to work when it's dark and I come home when it's dark, you know? But it was nuts. And I looked at it and I was like, okie dokie. I was like, this is different, you know? This is not your typical morning fog. So there was that too. So anyway, I'm just saying there's a lot of correlations you can draw together within the past 6 weeks of all the things that's went on, especially all the illness and stuff that's going through the world. And I know in the state of Tennessee right now, it's like pushing upwards of 300% past the sickness level. Like some people apparently reported going to the hospital, urgent care, and they've been turned away because unless you're like dastardly whacked out, they're just trying to filter through people the best and quickest they can because it's just wild out here. So pretty crazy stuff. But guys, I'm gonna just tell you, be vigilant and be prepared, because the New World Order and all this stuff, there is a lot at work and amiss in the eras that we are living in right now. Things are definitely wild out here, guys. So guys, as always, till we see you again here at 7 Times Prepper Channel, I hope Most High Yah Baruch and keep you, make his face shine upon you, show you favor, and give you shalom, my friends, in Yahushua name.